Hey, hello, I am Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie, here with Team Rise or Fall to talk about some Beasties Boomers for Tuesday, July 27th. And boy, oh boy, do I have some juicy meat material for the video here today. Before I get into my favorite stack of the day, you know the deal. We got to pay some bills, we got to mention a few things, and one of them is using promo code Beastie. You'll get $10 off your first month of premium services here. And I know I said it yesterday, and I'm sure I'll say it again in the next few days and into August, but the NFL is right around the corner, and as it stands now, everybody, you guys don't see it. You know what if you're just a fan and you're here to consume the content and win a ton of money playing DFS and prize pick stuff using Rise or Fall, there are so many meetings every day, all day here behind the scenes at Rise or Fall in regards to the football season. So I'm telling you now, you're going to want to be here and use that promo code, right? I'm not going to get rich off you using the promo code, but you'll get rich using the promo code, if that makes any sense. And really quick, I did it yesterday at the end of the video, and I'll do it here right now before we get into my favorite stack here. Look, it's just a screenshot. It's a tweet from the Rise or Fall page, which is at Rise or Fall. You get private Discord shows, Fantasy Cruncher access, cores, pools, notes, sheets, projections, ownership, metrics, data study hub stuff, FanDuel, DK, Super Draft, Yahoo, and it's all less than $1 a day. It is an unbelievably good value. So if you're not part of Rise or Fall, then stop and look around and go, what am I doing? I must not be very good at DFS, because here at Rise or Fall, we have everything you need. And I wasn't going to say one-stop shop because that seems corny, but I'll do it. Rise or Fall is where you're going to want to be. As we transition and we look into the baseball schedule today, again, 2 days in a row, every website or every format is in unison. 13 games across the board, and everything locks at 7:05. FanDuel, DK, and Yahoo. So let's talk baseball, shall we? And per usual, I'm going to bring in the study hub, the batter matchups, FanDuel, DraftKings, the projections tool, and we'll sprinkle a little bit of a stacks in there, shall we? Give me a sec. I'll be right back. Here we are, per usual. Now we're in the driver's seat. This is the FanDuel batter matchup portion of the study hub here. And right there, you click it, we'll go there. There's the DK version of the study hub. And right here, the projection, which I've been saying since the winter time. I don't know why. I've always just been drawn to projections. I love them. And look, Rise or Fall, nobody does it better than Rise or Fall when it comes to projection. And I'm not just saying that because I work here. I truly do believe in this stuff, as you can tell in my voice and the excitement through every video. So all this, been like 4 or 5 minutes in, and Chris, you haven't mentioned what your favorite stack of the day is. It's the Texas Rangers at Seattle today. And when you look at this game, Seattle won last night 5-4. Nothing crazy. Ty France hit a bomb. I made a Beastie Boomer graphic about him, so I do my best to get everything out to you to take it in, and most of the time you listen, and that's great to hear. But again, yesterday the stack was awful, right? Tampa Bay didn't even score. It was a goose egg. It was a 0.0. So for that, I apologize. That's why I'm coming back today with so much, oomph, and I want to get this right here. And I think it all starts with Seattle as we look at this game. Let me bring one thing back here that you can't see, but the Mariners they got to end their losing streak. I know they won last night, so the losing streak is all but void here. But when you go there, Corey Seager for Texas, he's been doing his thing. I don't really care. I want to talk about Dane Dunning, the pitcher for Texas here, when we look at this one. And you know what I'll do? I'll do this all backwards because I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm excited. I woke up early. I figured this video was going to be outstanding. It was going to be great here. But you came for the meat of this thing. So let's throw all that stuff aside and let's just talk about the batters here. And then at the end, I will go on and on and on, and you can, fade out of the video if you want. But as it stands right now, I love Texas and Seattle. That one is at 10:10 p.m. here. Texas 43-52, Seattle 52-45. The over/under in that one is 8 runs, and there's about 6-mile-an-hour winds coming in through left field, back through the Keystone to first base here. And I want to start off this stack with none other than J.P. Crawford. And right now, when you look at JP, this kid has come into his own, right? He was supposed to be, a stud shortstop prospect for a long time, and he hemmed and hawed, and now he's finally put it together. And when we look at him here, JP Crawford on FanDuel, at least his price tag is $3,500, very doable. Looks to be batting fifth in the lineup. When you look here, look, it's not red, it's not green, it's a little yellow in terms of his projection, his value, his rating here. But the one thing you like is his ownership percentage is not even 1%. It's 0.8% here. And when you look at, I know I say that often, that helps me transition when we look at it here, or when we move on here. When you look at JP Crawford leading off, he's done a great job. Normally it's been Adam Frazier, right? Or it's been Winker. Who knows who it's been. But right now, JP Crawford, 42 runs, 26 RBI, 5 bombs, 3 steals. I do think that JP Crawford will have some success tonight against Dane Dunning. And again, I'll get to him after I quickly go through my 4 or 5 Mariner stacks, because Dane Dunning right now, his pitching metrics are not good. And today is his first day back off an IL stint. So this is the time to just tee off. And when we look at the schedule today, there's a lot of other games people might focus on. The Dodgers are going, Frisco, Houston's going to put up 8 runs. Dodgers going to put up 8 runs. The White Sox in Colorado might be a bonanza here. So we're going to get some leverage if we use Seattle, not as our full main stack, but it's okay if the video that I how can I put this, produce here, that's okay. I'm okay with using my stack as a secondary stack. It doesn't have to be the end all be all. Whatever I say is the number one stack of the night. That's okay. So if you want to roll with the Dodgers or the White Sox, that's fine. Just use the Mariners as your secondary stack. And here we go. JP Crawford, 1.5% ownership. You hate to see his FanDuel value tier is an E, but I'm telling you, folks are going to just fade this game. And I'm telling you why, because you're looking at projection tiers, you're looking at FanDuel tiers are kind of in the dump, they're kind of in the basement, and this game is at 10-10. A lot of folks want to get their lineups in early only, but right now that's what we call a late game hammer. So let's move on, spending too much time talking nonsense. Ty France in the 2-hole, here we go. Ty France, love to see him, $3,600 on FanDuel, fresh off of a bomb from last night. And when we look at Ty France, I have some special notes here, and I'll share them when we're done with the video. So when you look at Ty, 3.6 on FanDuel, only 4.6 on DK. Now, when he's going against, not even when he's going against Dane Dunning, but as it stands right now, Ty France's heat map, like the plate, his heat map, this guy loves that stuff. He loves it up and in and a little, I wouldn't say down and away, but I would say down into the middle. And he swings at that first pitch 58.7% of the time. And get this, his whiff rate is as low as it gets. I know 15.3 might say, well, that's not low as it gets, but it is considered great in the realm of baseball metrics here. So give me all the Ty France, possible here. And get this as well. So Dane throws his sinker 40.6% of the time, slider 29.2, changeup 22%, and he throws a lot of those first pitches in that general area that Ty France likes. So again, I would not hesitate to put Ty France not only in my DFS lineups, but I wouldn't hesitate to put a bunch of player props on him. He hits a bomb again. You want to have some stones, run it back with Ty France, 2+ home runs, and we'll see what we get. Moving on, we'll check in on the DK thing. It's got to be Carlos Santana in the 3-hole. Now, when I did my notes here, you look at Ty France, first base, Carlos Santana, first base as well. On FanDuel, that's all well and good. You can put a guy in first base, you can put another guy in the utility spot, but when it comes to DK here, we're going to have to move some pieces around. And it looks as though Carlos Santana has found the fountain of youth, right? 2.6 on FanDuel, 3.2 on DK, as you can see here. And we're going to slide around Carlos Santana. Like that nice green A here in terms of his value tier. Ownership percentage, 1.4%. And actually, let's just stop for a second. Look here, follow the cursor. All these guys, the highest owned guy is like Julio at 2.1%. And God willing, he plays today. I know there was a collision over the weekend and he wasn't active yesterday, but this kid's young, he's resilient, so if he plays, obviously he's in play as well. But look at the ownership percentages for all these guys. It's just criminal, and it's a 10:10 p.m. game. I can't tell you how much that means when we're building lineups there. So let's speed this thing up and we'll get you the heck out of here. When we look in the 4 hole, it's Eugenio Suarez, right-handed bat. This guy has found, I wouldn't say the fountain of youth again. The kid's always been good, but his power numbers are, I believe he hit 50 home runs in back-to-back seasons, maybe with Cincinnati. I know he did it once here, but Eugenio Suarez in the 6th hole, hopefully he can get bumped up to 5. We shall see. But when you look at Eugenio Suarez, look, that's not good. His rating, 19.6%. Ownership percentage, you love to see that, 1.5%. And his FanDuel tier and projection value is a D and a D. So you're like, Chris, what the hell are you doing giving us this nonsense? Everything's red. Everything's like blinking. Do not play me here. I'm telling you, I have a beat on this Dane Dunning kid fresh off the IL, and nobody on earth is going to be, excuse me, on it. I'm coughing and I'm going crazy here because Seattle's just going to absolutely wail on them. As I said, Dane 1-6 overall. His ERA is 4.42. WHIP is astronomical. And when we get into a few other of Dane Dunning's metrics, his X batting average 2.53, his K percentage is stinks, his XW OBA, expected, bats and hits and play and all that, average 329 here. These guys, these Seattle bats are going to absolutely tee off tonight on Dane Dunning and Texas. I wouldn't be surprised if Dane Dunning only lasted like 3 or 4 innings, and by that time it's going to be 6-7-0 in favor of Seattle here. One more guy, just a wild card, and it's Dylan Moore. When you look at him, let me find him. Let's just type Dylan Moore in the projections instead of scrolling down and going through all that business. And hopefully he'll be in the lineup tonight. There it is. The projection shows it. You look at his FanDuel projection, 2.51. Wow, that's nothing. You know what I mean? You can wake up in the morning and go to the bathroom and get 2.15 points or however you want to do it. Ownership percentage, 0 across the board. And the only reason why I'm throwing out Dylan Moore as a wild card, because Dane Dunning, again with his pitches, sinker, slider, changeup, most of the time those things are high and tight, high and in, and I'm telling you, Dylan Moore swings at those pitches. His first pitch swing rate is 57.8%, and his sweet spot is exactly where Dane Dunning puts his pitches. So Dane is going to mess up a bunch of times, and expect a lot of bombs here tonight from Seattle. We can breathe. Let me bring my face back in, and we will get the heck out of here. And we are back. Thank you. Man, that took a lot out of me. It's only the morning here, but hey, when you love baseball and when you get a good beat on a team like Seattle, you'll run through a wall for them. So make sure you double check, batting lineups and batting orders. Weather will not be an issue in Seattle. They play in a dome, if I'm not mistaken. It's retractable. It is what it is here. But please do me a favor, stack up Seattle, and we'll move on. Before I split, make sure you go to the website, use promo code Beastie. You'll get $10 off. And as I said at the beginning of this broadcast, when you use the promo code, you're not going to make me rich, but when you use the promo code, you could get rich. I love that give and take there. So be good, be well, and I'll give you a final score projection now. As I said, looking all the way over here at my notes, I think Seattle hangs 6, 7, 8 runs in this one. Let's meet in the middle and say the final score here, Seattle wins this one 7-3, and boom, we use this stack as a secondary stack, as a late game hammer, and man, we're off and running. We'll wake up tomorrow with a ton of money in our bank account. So be good, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys and girls.